Welcome back, guys. In this tutorial we're going to be talking about divs and span. Okay, I know maybe some of us must have heard about div and span and we're probably wondering what it means. So in this class we're going to be looking at divs and span and what it does to our work. Okay, so as you can see, I've already created a file, div.html. You should do the same as well, or you can actually title it whatever it is you want to title it, but for the sake of this class I'm going to leave it at div.html. Okay, and then you can see we already have our h1 tag here, divs and span. All right, so I believe most of us are already familiar with our headers by now. Okay, so div simply means division. All right, it means division. So divs is used to group elements in HTML in order to add form or styles to our work. All right, so what that means is that, okay, let me give us an example. Let me call our h2 tag. All right, and then I'm gonna write something like okay, team1, sorry, team1, and then I'm gonna bring our paragraph and then write something like okay, I want to play with team 1. All right, then we'll bring another h2 tag again and then write team 2. I'll bring our paragraph and then we'll write I want to play with team 2. All right, so let's say we want to make let's say we want to add a color to team 1. Let's say we want to make this team 1 to be red, and then we want to make this team 2 to be blue. So how do we do that? So that's when we make use of div. Okay, because now if I should call h2 now and then I apply the color red on it, what that means is that this other h2 here too will be affected with the same color. Okay, so in order to differentiate it, that's when we make use of what div. All right, so let me show you guys. So we'll come here, then we'll call our div tag. You can see div. Okay, you can see the opening and the closing tag. So what we'll do now is that we're gonna cut this. We're gonna cut it and then we'll paste it inside our div. Okay, good. Now this team 1 right now and the paragraph is inside a div, right? And then now div, when we're working with div, right, div carries an attribute called class. It carries an attribute called class. So you come inside here and then you write class. You can see it here, class. You click on it. All right, you can see it here. So but don't worry much about all these, because you might not fully understand what it means, but like I said, when we start working with when we start learning CSS, that's when we're gonna fully understand what div and span does. Okay, so but I just want to introduce divs and span for us in this class. We'll just have an idea of what it means, but we're not going so deep into it now. So I'm going to title this class group 1. You see, so let's say for instance now I'm working with CSS. If I should call this group 1 in our CSS and then I add a color to it, now that color will only affect the h2 that is inside this div. It won't affect this other one. Okay, so that's what div actually does. Okay, so now if I should save this work now, if I should save it and then I refresh it, now you're not gonna see anything special like that other than the h1 and the h2, the h1 and the paragraph that we created here, which is our team 1, and with the paragraph I want to play with team 1, and then team 2 I want to play with team 2. Okay, but we cannot really see the effect of this class that I've added here, the class called group 1. Okay, because we're not yet in CSS yet. Okay, so our work will make more sense when we move to CSS. Okay, so another thing is that okay, what about span? So what do we use span for? Okay, now let me show you something real quick. Let's say in order for us to apply span, this is what we do. Let's say for instance we want to make this, want to play, want to add a color or a style to only this place, want to play, right? This place I've highlighted. Now in order for us to do that, we can only make use of word span. Now let me show you what I mean. I'll call the tag span, you can see it here. I'll now cut want to play, I'll cut it, and then I'll paste it in between the span tag. Are you seeing it? Now even if I should refresh, nothing will still happen, okay, because it will make sense here, okay, until we start using CSS. All right, that's when you understand all these things, but just have it at the back of your mind that what div simply means, what division, and then just like I've showed you us here, right? That's what it means. So thank you guys, we've come to the end of our class, and then in our next class